Here we go again. This is Charlene from What the Fuck News. 3 children and 3 adults have been killed in another school shooting in Memphis. The Memphis field office from the FBI is assisting in all investigations. Please take a look at the tape. Hope you all have a blessed day.
Tell us about the FBI's engagement in this.
Andrea, an FBI spokeswoman, confirms to NBC News that the FBI's Memphis field office is responding to this incident. Agents from that office, that's about 3 hours away from Nashville, but there is no FBI field office in Nashville. So they're responding in an assistance role to support the local police. And they have a victims assistance unit that goes out after a mass shooting to help the victims and their families and respond in any way that they need help. That unit, I'm told, is on standby. They have not yet been called in to this awful situation. But the investigation, as of now, is being run by the local police, Andrea.
And the FBI would normally come into this in any case, so it's just a matter of them being remote and not being on scene. The chief of police there is John Drake in Nashville. But this looks like, as Jim Kavanaugh was describing it, and he lives right nearby, a small suburban-style community, not used to this kind of violence. It would be very unlikely that this kind of school, a private Christian grade school, would have a whole lot of magnetometers or other kinds of weapons checks. Ken, we don't know the situation itself, but that's not standard.
That's exactly right, Andrea, and it just underscores that this can happen anywhere and is happening anywhere. And, all the questions that we always ask after these incidents are going to be asked. In particular, what was their previous law enforcement contact with this shooter? What is the shooter's history? There's a kind of a there's a science behind a study of these school shootings and what leads up to them. And there's a lot of academics who say that there needs to be more intervention. There is a set of behaviors that has been identified as not a predictor, but as things to watch. And when you look back at many of these situations, you tend to find that somebody knew something, that there were some warnings along the way, and that often people have had previous contact with law enforcement. We'll have to see whether that's the case here, but just an awful tragedy.